You pressed U, referring to me. That is incorrect. The correct answer is you.
Language is essential, but imperfect. With that, labels are convenient, but they can also complicate things. I used to be the type who would say he was maingaining. The term that created a lot of controversy in the fitness world, since it opposed the bodybuilding staple of bulking and cutting. AKA, putting yourself in a consistent calorie surplus, wherein you accumulate enough body fat or energy to supply your body with what it needs to optimally build muscle. And then, assuming you're a competitive bodybuilder or simply want to get shredded for summer, you may then cut or put yourself in a calorie deficit wherein the fat gradually melts away to reveal more of your hard-earned muscle. Bulking and cutting critics take issue with the fluctuation and how that can stress the body and the mind, as well as the fact that the bulks and cuts are typically taken to extremes. And in terms of the bulking side of things, the accumulation of weight in the form of fat may be misleading, meaning that the bulker in question may not have gained as much muscle as they think, as revealed by the cut.
Look at me. That's all muscle.
Oh,
You fat, I'm muscle.
oh, look at my little Bill. He's a little Hercules. Show me muscle again. Oh, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules,
Once you work out,
Hercules, Hercules.
your metabolism start to speed up. You can eat anything you want. Go on. Knock yourself out.
So strong.
Maingaining, on the other hand, falls somewhere in the middle, with little to no fluctuations. The idea is that instead of putting yourself in a consistent yo-yo, you get to choose a healthy level of body fat that you maintain. Maintain? Maingain. Get it? The term was popularized by Greg Doucette.
You need to bulk? Nope, you don't need to bulk. Main gain is what Coach Greg says. You can eat a tiny little bit extra calories if you want, but really it's negligible.
And many critics would end up discrediting maingaining simply because they hate Greg.
This dude is a clown on a level. We're gonna rename Greg Schmucky the Clown. Schmucky the Canadian Clown, telling you to maingaining, you're gonna get big and strong, right? With his terrible metaphors and his stupid examples.
But many other maingaining critics take issue with the premise because how can one optimally gain while maintaining, since maintaining implies staying the same? Well, this is where the concept of individuality comes into play. While some may attempt to maingain at too low of a body fat percentage, thus making muscle building suboptimal, that does not imply that maingaining is meant to be handled in this way. Someone could literally maingain at 20% body fat if they wanted to, which may look suspiciously close to a bulk. And this brings me to the main point of the video. As helpful as labels can be, I must again insist that they can create confusion and debates surrounding semantics.
So it seems to me that when Greg says not to bulk, what he's really saying is not to dirty bulk. So not to stuff your face.
No, I'm literally saying not to bulk, lean bulk, gain fat. To gain fat, you don't need to do that. Any kind of bulk means to gain fat. Main gain means to gain muscle without gaining fat. Don't switch the words on. Don't think you know what I mean. I literally mean main gain.
I advocate for a distinction between lean bulks and what some people call a gigabulk or a dirty bulk. I know that some people on this platform for some reason do not like gradations, they don't like distinctions. For them, a bulk is a bulk. That is bullshit. A bulk can be a good or a bad thing. It's a neutral term.
This is not productive at all. With that, I want to do away with terms like bulking, cutting, and maingaining, or at least stop putting so much faith in these terms. There is far too much nuance here. As I said, I used to claim I was maingaining, because I'm more or less keeping my calories and activity consistent, and thus keeping my body fat in a certain range. But labeling myself as such puts me in a box. I tend to keep my body fat lower than most would consider optimal for building muscle and strength, yet I am building muscle and strength, because as an individual, I must find what works best for me. For example, despite staying consistent with where I'm at calorically, on the hex bar deadlift, my favorite lift, the weight and reps regularly increase. Amongst other lifts, my body fat, though low in the eyes of many, supplies me, the individual, with more than enough energy to progress. And I will continue to stay where I'm at until it's clear that I've plateaued. But it's important to keep in mind that there are many variables to assess beyond calories when it comes to our performance and our progress. But am I bulking or maingaining? What if I told you it doesn't matter? I am simply eating enough for my goals. Should you imitate me? No! Well, maybe. But it depends. Either way, you can certainly learn from me. I recently started competing in bodybuilding, and therefore, fluctuating my calories will be a necessity at certain points. But I still plan to consume only as many calories as is necessary when not in my stage-ready, cut state. And apologies for being redundant, but what is necessary will be individual! Don't force feed. But also, don't undereat to the point where you lose the will to live.
Dancing away my hunger pangs, moving my feet so my stomach won't hurt. I'm kinda like Jesus, but not in a sacrilegious way.
In conclusion, what have we learned? Oh yes, eat for your goals. If you find that you lack the energy required to progress in your fitness, eat a little more. And if you find that you carry more body fat than is good for your health or your sensibilities, eat a little less. But whatever you do, try to be consistent so you can accurately assess all the variables if and when it comes time to make a change. No, you do not need to bulk and cut to be optimal. I'm an example of that, and I'm sure that I'm not much of an anomaly. Don't overcomplicate things, and if you need more specifics on how to approach your fitness, perhaps hire a trainer, a coach, or a nutritionist. Either way, I wish you all health and happiness on your journey. Be safe, be smart, and like and subscribe to the channel. Do that too. Bye-bye.